Everyone thinks they know how Dubai got rich. Oil, endless amounts of it, pumped out of the desert, turned into skyscrapers, private islands, and gold-plated hotel suites. There's just one problem with that story. It's almost completely wrong. Today, oil accounts for less than 1% of Dubai's entire economy. Not the main source. Not even a significant source. Less than 1%. So if oil isn't building those skyscrapers, something else is. And once you understand what that something else actually is, you start to see Dubai completely differently. Not as a lucky desert kingdom sitting on top of a resource, but as one of the most carefully engineered economies on Earth. An economy built almost entirely on convincing the rest of the world to bring their money here. This is the real story of how Dubai got rich, and why that story might be more fragile than anyone in Dubai wants you to believe. Let's start with the desert. Dubai's oil reserves, unlike its more famous neighbor Abu Dhabi, were always modest. When oil was first discovered in the region in the late 1960s, Dubai's ruling family understood something crucial almost immediately. Their oil wasn't going to last. So while other oil-rich nations spent decades building their entire economies around fossil fuels, Dubai's leadership made a decision that looked at the time almost reckless. They started spending the limited oil money they did have, not on saving it, but on building something oil could never provide on its own. Infrastructure designed to attract the entire world. A massive port, an international airport, free trade zones where foreign companies could operate with almost no restrictions, keeping 100% ownership of their businesses, and paying close to zero corporate tax. It was a bet that if you build the easiest, most convenient place in the world to do business, the money will follow, even without the oil to back it up. That bet is still playing out today, and the results on the surface look extraordinary. But underneath that surface, there's a part of Dubai's economy that almost nobody outside the region actually understands. A structure so unusual, so different from how most economies work, that once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it starts with a question that sounds simple, but has a very complicated answer. Who is actually paying for all of this? Here's where Dubai's story gets strange. In the first quarter of 2026 alone, Dubai's economy reached roughly $63 billion, growing 2.4% compared to the previous year. That growth kept climbing even while a war between Iran and its neighbors disrupted energy markets across the entire region. But look closer at where that growth actually comes from, and the picture changes completely. Wholesale and retail trade makes up the largest single slice of Dubai's economy at roughly 22%. Financial and insurance services at another 14%. Real estate alone accounts for more than 11% of the entire economy, and tourism contributes close to 20% on top of that. None of that is oil. All of it depends on one thing: outsiders, foreign shoppers, foreign tourists, foreign investors, foreign companies setting up regional headquarters. Dubai didn't get rich by selling something it owned. It got rich by becoming a place the rest of the world wanted to visit, invest in, and do business through. And nowhere is that clearer than in real estate, the sector most people associate with Dubai's wealth. In 2025 alone, property transactions in Dubai hit a record 28 billion site, an almost unimaginable amount of money flowing into apartments, villas, and skyscrapers. One single real estate developer, Emaar, reportedly holds around $70 billion in credit, building much of the skyline you see in postcards. But here's the part that should make you pause. A huge portion of that real estate isn't being bought by people who actually live in Dubai. It's being bought by investors from around the world, many of whom will never spend more than a few weeks a year in the properties they own. Dubai built a tax-free, no-questions-asked environment that made it one of the easiest places on earth for foreign money to quietly find a home. For the government, that's been an extraordinary success. Billions in transaction fees, billions in economic activity, an entire skyline built on foreign capital. But it also means Dubai's economy is deeply tied to something it cannot fully control: the confidence of investors who live thousands of miles away and who can pull their money out just as easily as they brought it in. That's not a hypothetical risk. It already happened once before. In 2009, Dubai's real estate market collapsed almost overnight. Property values crashed. Construction projects froze mid-build. Some left standing unfinished for years. The government of Dubai had to be quietly bailed out by a poor rich neighbor Abu Dhabi. Just to avoid defaulting on its debt, the world was reminded, in a very painful way, that an economy built on attracting outside money can lose that money just as fast as it gained it. So Dubai learned from that crash. It diversified further into finance, into technology, into tourism, into logistics. And by almost every modern measure, the strategy has worked. But underneath all that diversification, one uncomfortable question remains. And in 2026, with global economic pressure rising again, that question is becoming harder to ignore. What actually happens to an economy like this if the world's confidence in it, even temporarily, starts to shake? To really understand Dubai's economy, you have to understand who's actually building it day to day. Dubai's population and visitor numbers have been climbing steadily, with tourist arrivals reaching close to 15.7 million people in just the first 10 months of 2025 alone. /site. But the people actually running the shops, building the towers, driving the taxis, and staffing the hotels are overwhelmingly not originally from Dubai at all. The vast majority of the population working inside this economy are foreign residents from South Asia, from other parts of the Middle East, from all over the world, drawn in by job opportunities, and in many cases, sending a significant portion of their earnings back home to their families. That's the quiet engine most tourists never see behind the glass towers and infinity pools. An economy built almost entirely on people who came from somewhere else, serving money that came from somewhere else, inside a country most of them will never hold citizenship in. It's an unusual model, almost unheard of anywhere else in the world at this scale. And it's proven remarkably resilient, even through wars in the region, even through global economic uncertainty. Despite regional conflict disrupting energy markets in 2026, Dubai's economy was still projected to grow around 4.5% for the year, driven by continued tourism, population growth, and steady investment. So is Dubai's economy a miracle or a risk waiting to happen again? The honest answer is both. Dubai built something genuinely remarkable, a global business hub in the middle of a desert, with almost none of the natural resources that traditionally make a nation wealthy. It did it through infrastructure, low taxes, aggressive marketing, and unmatched ability to make outsiders feel like insiders the moment they arrive. But it also built an economy almost entirely dependent on continued trust of people who don't live there. Foreign investors, foreign tourists, foreign workers, foreign capital. As long as the world keeps believing in Dubai, that model keeps working and works spectacularly well. But 2009 already proved what happens when that belief cracks, even briefly. Maybe that's the real secret hiding behind Dubai's skyline. Not oil, not some hidden treasure buried beneath the sand. The real resource Dubai discovered and mastered better than almost anywhere else on Earth was trust, the ability to make the entire world believe that this was the place to bring their money, their business, and their future. Whether that trust holds for the next 60 years, the way it held for the last 60, might be the most important question Dubai's economy still has to answer.